Well. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. I would also really appreciate that. Sorry I've been such a flake lately. I haven't really uploaded a whole lot. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just because February was a crazy month. I don't know if it's because there's less days in the month, but I live in Tucson, Arizona, and I work in the service industry, and we have the Gem and Mineral Show, which is huge. That happened right after Valentine's Day, which is also huge for us. And work has just been a mess, just stressful, and I actually started doing a lot of freelance makeup jobs recently, and that's been kind of taking my extra time, so when I get home, I'm just like, But anyway, thank you so much, and I love doing this. It's like, I look forward to it. It's the funnest thing ever, so I really want to make time to make these videos, not just for you guys, but also for myself, because it's a really, really fun outlet of creativity for me. Well, anyway, on to my top 5 things I would bring to a deserted island. Well, I mean, first and foremost, and I don't know if it's because I'm a huge fan of Survivor, but the things I think of that I would want on a deserted island would be really, really essential things, like just saying. Those are the things I would bring with me, especially Rupert. I mean, hell, just bring Rupert if you have to. He'll catch the food and make the house and everything. If you don't know who he is, he was on a couple seasons of Survivor, and he's just amazingly sweet guy and very, very handy around the camp, if you know what I mean. But yeah. Now, let's say I've got a little villa, and okay, let's say this. I'm debating going to Hawaii this summer, so if I can only bring 5 things to Hawaii, this is what I'm gonna bring. So, the first thing, and it was, let me just say, it's really hard to decide between like the actual beauty part of it and like the skincare part of it, because it's like, like it's a toss-up. Like, you can't just bring all of one. So you gotta have to like pick and choose. But the first thing I am going to choose to bring is the Clarins One Step Daily Exfoliator. I purchased this several times in the past. I don't own it right now, but it's awesome. You can use it day and night. It has really fine little micro beads in it, so it would take care of the cleansing and the exfoliating. It's gentle enough to do day and night. It feels great. It leaves your skin really clean, and I think if you're stranded on a deserted island, you're gonna want to feel really clean. You're probably gonna feel really gross in hours. Just simply hours. Probably feel humid and gross and all insecty and oily and not what I want. The next thing, sorry, I've got my notes. I have to refer to my notes. This is from my How Cheap Can You Get notebook that was given to me as a present. I keep all my notes in it. I can't help it. The next thing I would bring is the Hourglass Tinted Moisturizer. Unfortunately for me, I also don't own this. I got a few samples of it sent to me through Sephora when I ordered a bunch of stuff, and it is amazing. It is like the next huge purchase I'm going to make. It is $60 for an ounce, or $55, something insanely crazy. So I'm gonna wait for their April sale to try to get like 10 or 15% off. Oh, hey, look at something cool I did. Just want to show you that. Focus, Daniel-san. You might not think that's impressive, but I was pretty excited. I did it last night. All free-handed. Focus again. All right. I was impressed. Side note, excuse me. Well, anyway, it's extraordinarily pigmented but very light wearing, and all the days that I wore it, and I wore it to work, like days that you would probably need a fuller coverage. It lasted all day long. I've got some hang-ups about the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Even the oil-free version leaves me feeling really greasy, and the coverage does not last long. And I like a light coverage, but usually the hang-up about a light coverage is that it doesn't stay on very long. But this tinted moisturizer, the Hourglass, is awesome. So I would use that, and I would just bring that essentially for like the full coverage, and then I would go in and do like any spot treatment and just kind of layer on top of it. So that would kind of be like the coverage I would use. Oh, another thing too, the Tinted Moisture would also work as an SPF. The next thing I would totally bring is Laura Mercier Lip Silk. I've talked about this plenty of times. This is my holy grail. My lips would crack off and bleed if I didn't have them. I've got very, very, very dry lips, and I need something that intense, like on an all-day basis, especially if I'm going to be out in the heat and the sun and la 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 la. The next thing I would want to bring is a Laura Mercier bronzer, but I wouldn't want this particular one. This is the Laura Mercier bronzer in Golden Bronze. As you can see, it's a little too red for me. I would want to do the Coral Duo. It's got two sides to it. One's kind of a coral peachy blush, and the other side is a more green-brown based bronzer. So you could do your contour, all over highlight, and some blush. And the bronzer would also kind of act as like a mild powder for my face. So yeah, that would be totally what I would do as far as giving my face some color. And then I would want to bring extra virgin olive oil. Bao Shao. I would use it all over. I would use it on my body, my face, and my hair. Some very moisturizing oil is what I would bring with me. Any one of those three. And the last thing, and I know it's 6 things, and I'm so sorry about that, but I would bring a mascara. Either the Laura Mercier mascara or the 100% Pure mascara. They're both great, and I would be cool with either of those. So those are my top 5 picks if I was stranded on a deserted island. I hope it never happens, but if it does, at least I'll be looking hot, right? All right, ladies, well, thanks for tuning in, and have fun with your cruelty-free makeup. Bye.